Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the DC Show podcast. I'm Eric,
I'm Zack.
And I'm Kyler.
and today we have a bit of technical issues, so we're not going to have our cameras on right now. It is going to be a lengthy podcast, though, so maybe our faces are just too boring to look at, anyways, for that long. But
Yeah, true. And audio works easier for everyone, to be honest. So,
Yeah.
and I think
Yeah.
that's what kind of like podcast is for, just to listen, really. So we'll
Exactly.
just see
So
how.
our soothing voices.
Yeah, our smoothing,
Mhm.
crappy audio voices, and all honesty.
Exactly.
our $5 mics.
Yes.
yeah.
But yeah,
So,
no. Yep. Go ahead.
we're back with another episode of One. I'm just kidding, not One.
No.
You know,
We
it's
ended that.
been-
No.
it's been a
We're
while.
done. We're done with WandaVision.
We're
No,
done
we're
with
done.
that. We're done with
No,
Mando.
no.
Today
We're done.
is a very special episode. Very, very special episode,
Yes.
because it's finally here. We've been talking about this amongst us for 3 years, maybe. The
Yeah.
Snyder Cut has officially
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
That's great. Yep,
Oh
the
my
Snyder
gosh.
Cut is here. And for the remainder of the review, in order to honor the creative visions, we are going to continue this in a 4:3 aspect ratio.
Yo, man.
Just
Honestly,
kidding.
bet. No. Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Why not?
So yeah, we've all been waiting for this moment. I'll let you guys kick it off, Zach.
Yeah, definitely. It's been crazy. It's really been like a 3 to 4 year fight for this to come out. There was, especially, I remember right before it got announced, actually, it really looked like it wasn't going to come out.
Yeah.
But
no.
Zack Snyder kept pushing and pushing, and the fans kept pushing, and we finally have it. And I gotta say, I was not disappointed at all. And in fact, I really enjoyed the movie. So, what were your guys like first impressions?
So
Like, what are your thoughts?
before I actually go further, I actually want to like discuss something because there's something interesting to talk about. Because like you said, the Snyder Cut, no one thought it was gonna happen, right?
Yeah,
But however, like during this pandemic, so much has changed. And do you guys think the pandemic has actually played a role in this?
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I definitely do, because I think if we weren't in the pandemic, HBO Max wouldn't have been as desperate for content, because they would have been able to shoot a bunch of other shows,
Yep.
But I think maybe in a not like a world where we didn't have the pandemic, I mean,
Yeah.
the Snyder Cut is so big anyway, they might have still released it just because it would have boosted their numbers so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what do you think, Eric?
So I don't know. We're probably gonna go into more detail for everything, but I
Yeah.
thought it was an upgrade. What an upgrade this was!
Oh yeah,
Definitely better
yeah.
than the Justice League.
Yeah.
And
Joss,
honestly, I think the main reason why it's better, and we'll probably go into this, is that it's way longer, way longer.
yeah,
So it has a lot more time to explain things and go into more detail. And also, it's not just because of its length, but also because Snyder just made better stuff than Joss did. It's just better. So,
no more brunch jokes anymore.
yeah, I really thought that this movie was gonna be better. I knew it was gonna be better, but I didn't know it'd be this much
Yeah, no,
better,
'cause
and
I
I didn't know
think,
I'd
like,
actually enjoy this much.
Yeah, no, because I just think like everyone's expectations for this movie was just for it to be better, right? Just to be better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, obviously,
The
no
bar
one
was kind of
expecting-
low.
Yeah, no, exactly. The bar was kind of low, except to be an improvement. Nothing major after that. Not like, oh, this is gonna save, everything. No, like it was just
Yeah.
to improve of what we originally got, and I feel like that's what it is. But like seeing this Snyder Cut, it just made expectations a lot higher. Like, oh my gosh, like
Isn't it crazy to think that they were sitting on this for like 3 to 4 years?
I know, absolutely crazy.
It's literally
Mhm.
insane that this is what we could have gotten. I mean,
Yeah, no.
well, we wouldn't have gotten this because it's 4 hours, but
Yeah.
I
Like,
mean, even if they would have
realistically-
tried to cut it down, it would have been better.
Yeah, no, like realistically, movie-wise, of course they wouldn't have done, a full 4 hours because that's just way too much time. And Warner Brothers is Warner Brothers, and they're gonna be like, nah, we can't allow 4 hours.
Hmm
So of course,
Mhm.
like, that was never gonna happen.
Yeah,
But we still would
definitely.
have gotten it. Like even if it was cut down, it still would have been better either way, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So I think now we can start discussing it. And
Yeah, let's go.
so yeah, I mean the film right away, it's completely different. We start off with which is very cool because Batman vs Superman did this too. So Batman vs Superman starts out with the ending of Man of Steel from Bruce Wayne's perspective,
Mhm.
and then Justice League starts with the ending of BVS, kind of from like Lois and Batman's perspective. So, and then you hear that shockwave go out, and then it's a great, they utilize that very great because it kind of transitioned great between all the characters. So the shockwave kind of goes through Atlantis, so you meet all of them. Then it goes to Themyscira, and we catch up with all of them. And it goes through the city, and then we catch up with Cyborg. So it was really great how it kind of already it's just so much better. It's
Yeah.
just better. And then yeah, so that's because the original it had this weird like cell phone footage of Superman. Like, no, get that out of there. We don't want that. Come on, Josh, stop.
Mhm.
And yeah, so I thought the opening was very, very cool. And then it kind of ends with Batman going to meet Aquaman. And this version also explains because this version explains that I think they said that the kind of like the airways were like shut down wherever Aquaman was because in the Justice League version, like they didn't explain why Batman had to take a horse there. Like I remember watching the movie, I was thinking, why can't Batman just like fly there? But they explain it in this version. So yeah, that worked a lot. So what did you guys think of kind of like the opening sequence here?
So so basically from the shockwave to like what point, like, or just
Uh
only the shockwave?
I mean, kind of from the shockwave, but I mean, you can just keep continuing on the talk.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Yes, it is a long movie, so there's definitely a
yeah,
lot.
it's long.
There's a lot going on in this movie, but again,
Yeah.
like in my personal opinion, right? So I get this was a cut and we're seeing everything, right? So I
Mhm.
get why it was long. But if this was, an actual theater, right, I would just complain that the shockwave was too long and they should just, cut some stuff because it really didn't need to
Yeah.
be that long. But again,
Hmm.
though, I do think like, you're right. I like how it, shockwaving. We get to see Cyborg, Atlantis, and all that. I really, really do like that, very much. Um, I'm trying to think what else happens next because this is a long movie. I'm trying to
Well,
like
yeah. So
figure
so
out which
after
order.
here,
Yeah.
we kind of go to Bruce Wayne has talks to Aquaman. It's pretty similar to the
Yes.
version we saw,
Yes.
just some
Mhm.
added things. They're talking, and then they go outside, and then there's some changes here. Well, the first
Yeah.
thing is I don't know why Batman like just kind of revealed himself like his identity to Aquaman. Like he
Mhm.
barely even knows Aquaman. So that always
Yeah.
I thought in the Justice League I thought maybe that was a reshoot, but no, that's still in this version. It's kind of
And I
it's a
think
little weird.
Yeah, no, because I think the reason why what Zack Snyder was trying to do for this movie is just to make Batman a more, like I don't want to say likable. How do I say
Well, he
more?
doesn't murder as much in this
No, he
movie,
doesn't murder
basically.
as much. He doesn't murder as much, but
Yeah,
he's more. I want to say trusting or something
yeah,
along
yeah.
those
I know
lines.
what you mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have the right words, but more trusting. I want to say, really, he has more faith, and I feel like
Hmm.
that was the point. And one big change that I really did like was he didn't go for, oh, there's three boxes, right? And like later on, it
Yeah.
gets set up later, but like in the Justice League, it just shows like, where these three boxes that this unique wall has at this random bar.
Exactly. And
It's
it's
like,
Yeah.
like there's
what?
no one else in the shot. You can tell they literally just shot it and put it right in. It looks so bad.
Exactly. It's like, okay, wow, we're just gonna head straight there. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
no. But again, I'm actually glad again that it wasn't that, but it was just like more of a Batman meet up with Aquaman. But I will say though, it was just a bit odd that that was in the very beginning, like right after the Shockwave thing. I
Hmm.
thought that was, in my personal opinion, very odd, because what they did was it was a flashback to Batman v Superman ending, and then just cuts to Batman finding Aquaman. It's just a weird cut for me
Yeah,
personally. If this was an actual real movie, I would just not really show the Shockwave at all. I would just start from Aquaman. Really, that would just be me.
which is
If
pretty
this,
much what the theatrical the Justice League did. Yeah,
yeah, it started with Aquaman. It started with like I
pretty
said.
much. It started with that Superman footage, and then pretty much
Oh
right
yeah,
away it
yeah.
went to Aquaman.
Bro,
Again, I would
Kyler's a
just
Justice League fan.
no, 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 buddy, not. I'm just saying realistically, like if this was an actual film, like then yeah. But I get, it's a long film, and of course we're
Yeah,
gonna get like everything that was gonna like non-cut. We're just gonna get all the scenes.
And something I want to ask you about, Eric. What did you think of the singing that they when they sung for
Oh
Aquaman?
my god.
I literally was gonna bring that up, right, bro?
Yeah.
I'm also gonna bring this up later, right? That
Mm-hmm.
that Snyder Cut did fix a lot of things, but there's still some things that I wish they would have left out. Like that.
Yeah.
That was just weird. I was like, what the heck
Yeah.
is this? I
Yeah,
don't
no.
Well,
understand
I
that.
think they were
Smelling his
trying
clothes
to.
and stuff.
Yeah, I think they're trying to show because Zack Snyder basically treats all these heroes like they're gods.
Mhm.
So I think
Yeah.
they're trying to show like they
Yeah.
worship him and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think like Zach for this, universe, he was more going for like a Greek type of theme.
Yeah, like mythology and all
But
that.
I will say
Mm.
though, I think the reason why he kept this in the, cut was basically because, this is a full cut, so maybe he just wanted to test out a few things, right? To see, oh,
Hmm.
will this work if I were to make it in an actual movie or if it wasn't? I'm pretty sure like if this was a full movie, again, I don't think that would be in it. But I feel like for this cut,
Hmm.
he was experimenting with some things, like
I
this,
mean, yeah,
like
because they probably realized, oh, I can actually just use all the footage I shot now. So
yeah,
he probably just
exactly,
threw everything in.
exactly. And probably the reason why he shot that shot is just to test it out and see if it would be good for the movie or not.
Yeah, no, that makes
Because
sense. That makes
yeah,
sense.
because again, I feel like that's why it's so long because it's just shots that he just kept just to see if it'll work or not.
Yeah,
Yeah. But then what
yeah.
happens after that though? I think we
So yeah,
cut
so
to
then
It's a
Wonder Woman.
lot.
yeah, I think so we after this scene. Oh no, so after this scene, Alfred and Bruce are talking because remember the plane lands and they start talking and Alfred has a good line. He basically says, you wouldn't think that a guy who broods in a cave would be a good like team leader, which is a funny line.
Mhm.
And then I think
Mhm.
right after that we cut to Wonder Woman
Yep.
in a somewhat similar scene, but the scene is so much better
Oh yeah,
because
Yeah.
no,
it's
this is the long extended battle scene, like so much better in all honesty. And
it's amazing.
and when I actually saw this scene, I'm like, because I rewatched, Justice League just to see, oh,
Yeah,
did they not keep that scene? And I was just so surprised that they did not leave that part in. And
I
I'm like,
know.
that's just wasted potential again. Like, why are you not going to use footage that is so good and just going to reshoot for all that? I just hated that. But
Yeah, and
oh no, I'm
good.
sorry. But
No,
something I will say though, because I do want to point this out real quick, is that Zack Snyder cut is actually rated R, so he can just do whatever
yeah,
he wants, and that's what I actually like about this, because we got more, like a bit bloody, we got more a
F
couple of
bombs.
yeah, a couple of F bombs, not many much,
yeah,
but definitely a lot of like gore and violence, and that's what I really did like, because I'm pretty
yeah.
sure. Now, I don't know if this was originally going to be rated R, but I think maybe the
Probably not.
blood was just extra
Probably
things that,
not, but at this
yeah.
point, like, I mean,
I think
even
it's
if
the
you
F
took like
bombs that
Oh, the
tipped
F
it
bombs would
over.
never made
yeah,
it. The F bombs would never made it.
I think the thing is that, I mean, you can even do this with like Marvel movies.
Mhm.
If you just added a lot of blood to those action scenes, they would probably be rated R. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they just shoot these scenes to not have the blood in it
Yeah.
so that they wouldn't be rated R. And
Yeah.
and
True.
something else that I wanted to bring up is
Mhm.
because of the rated R-ness, like,
Mhm.
remember at when like Wonder Woman saved all the people, right?
Yeah.
And then like the guy was there,
Mhm.
and then she put her gauntlets together and blew like the whole building up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, why couldn't she have just like taken the guy
I know,
outside? Like,
right?
why did she have to
That's what
like
I was thinking
murder
about.
him?
Just
Like, why did
kick
you have
him
to
out the
murder him? Like,
window, dude.
Yeah. Nah. Yeah.
it was a little
Again,
much.
maybe. Yeah. Nah. Again, maybe he just wanted to do more cinematic scenes, like the explosions and all that. Maybe that was the
It
Yeah,
was for
decision.
the
I think that's what it
coolness.
was. It looks
Yeah.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah. No, it looks cool, but again, I feel like that's why. Again, you're right. Like, why couldn't she just like run towards him and then just lifted the gun up? Or
yeah,
something like
exactly.
that. Like you didn't have to blow up a whole building.
Yeah, and then after this, again, like we're not gonna say every single scene because I mean it's 4 hour
yeah,
movie. We're
yeah,
gonna forget.
yeah. Like we would be here forever.
Let's go over the
But
things we like.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
no.
So basically, well, the next thing I actually really do like, so this battle of Themyscira when Steppenwolf arrives, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this version I think is almost 12 minutes. Like it's pretty long. The battle itself, not even like when he arrives, like the whole battle. So I really like this. It's this cut takes its time. I just really liked all of the action. I think this really showed the heroicness of all the Amazons. I mean, they sacrificed themselves to
Mhm.
save the building that ended up going down anyway, which
Yeah.
was a really. What did you guys think about that action scene? I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Again, really did like it. It really does show, the fight, and how much sacrifice, and compared to, Justice League, it was like, oh, no, 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 go ahead, or something like that.
Yeah,
Like where they just could care less, really. It's like,
yeah,
oh,
I
don't worry,
definitely.
guys, we're alive. Don't worry, we're still fighting, we're still alive. But,
Yeah,
but instead, they replaced it in, Zack's League with, the whole building falling down. I thought that was really nice,
yeah.
because again,
I
it
really
shows
like
their
the.
connect.
Oh,
Oh, no, you're
go ahead.
fine. Go ahead.
Okay. I was saying, I really like that. I like that part, right, where the whole building came down and stuff, right? It was like, oh
Yeah.
no, my fallen comrades, right? But I really like the part after that where they're playing keep away from Steppenwolf. I like
Yeah.
that part where they the there was a rope and arrow tied to the mother box, and she right before she died, she shot that thing, and then she died. But then the mother box went to the next person. That was cool. I thought that was a nice part, and um it looks better. I think Steppenwolf looks better as
Well, he
well.
looks way
He
better.
looks way
I
better.
mean,
He
He
look
looks
in
awesome.
my personal opinion, right? In my personal opinion, right? Uh, I truly do love his armor in the Snyder cut. I really, really do. I thought his face was just a bit odd, just to me.
I liked it. I mean, some people said he looks like
Yep.
a turtle, but
Yeah, no. But again, the armor looks fantastic. Don't get me wrong. Like the armor, love it. But I just like the face just was a bit odd for me. I'm not obviously huge complaints, but just a bit odd for me.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and building off of that,
Hmm.
Steppenwolf actually has a reason to
for
do what he's
real.
doing because
Hmm.
we kind of learned we don't know exactly what happened, but we know that him and Darkseid had a falling out. He betrayed Darkseid. So, and we learn later that Earth is the one world that Darkseid could never really conquer.
Hmm.
He lost. So, what would anyone do? They're gonna go after the thing that he wants most. So Steppenwolf's like, okay, to earn his trust back, I'm gonna take over the world he wants the most. Plus, I already own this debt of 50,000. So it makes so much more sense why
Yeah.
Steppenwolf does what he does.
Because in the original Justice League, like, what was his reason? He just like
They didn't say he just wanted to do it.
yeah, he just wanted to do it, but he, obviously didn't say anything about Darkseid. But I forgot his, motive or something. I don't know.
The only weird thing is, it's a problem with both versions, but like, why didn't Darkseid just come do it himself? Like, he knows Superman is dead,
Maybe
so he should have
because
just
he was
came to do it.
injured. Because again, like as you saw from that epic battle
I
scene
mean,
with
it's been a long
Darkseid.
time.
Yeah, that's been a long
It's
time
been
since
a
that.
long
Well, yeah,
time.
but
It's been
still, like it
thousands.
can't keep anyone scarred though.
I mean, yeah,
Like,
but I think it's kind of the Marvel problem when
yeah,
Thanos for 5 post-credit scenes we saw him like saying I'm gonna do this, and then
yeah,
like 10 years later he finally did it.
yeah.
Mhm.
I'm
And
true.
that's even like a problem at the end of the movie. Like, remember when the boom tube opened and Darkseid is just like watching them?
Yeah,
Like, why didn't Darkseid come in for the assist and help him out, man? Like, he was
Yeah,
just watching for
he knew
five
he would
minutes.
be
I
screwed. He
think
knew he would
I
be
think he
screwed.
was being cautious with Superman being there.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. That's
because he
true.
was seeing how powerful Superman was. He's like, nah, not yet.
Well,
And
the
again,
problem, the whole thing is that
hmm,
Sonic thing. Like in Batman vs Superman, they're saying the bell's been rung. Lex Luthor wanted Superman to die
hmm,
because Darkseid wasn't gonna come unless Superman was dead because he knows Superman would have taken him out.
hmm.
Hmm.
So that plot hole actually makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah, no. And again, and it explains why, again, like why Darkseid didn't go in the loop is because he's scared of Superman. And if you actually see from the Nightmare versions, right? Like he
Hmm.
actually wants to use Superman. He doesn't want to kill him. He wants to use him,
Yep.
right? So obviously, he's obviously scared because he knows he can't really kill Superman, but he
So
wants
he
to.
knows he can't kill him, so he wants to turn him into his ally.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that's why the whole Lewis thing is such a big part of this.
And then another great scene is when we have this, because in the theatrical version we have this flashback scene, but it's with Steppenwolf, not Darkseid.
Yeah.
So we get this great epic. I mean, it feels like Lord of the Rings. It's so epic, you know.
Yeah.
There's Green Lanterns there. There's Amazonians. There's Atlanteans. Everyone's
Yeah.
there, and it's great because you see Darkseid fail. this is
Mhm.
the one world that he could not conquer. And
Yep.
I just thought it was a great scene. Did you guys like this scene as well?
Oh yeah, truly
Yes.
do love that battle scene, and with the rated R, it really did help out with the, violence, blood, and gore. I thought that was really, really cool
Yeah,
how they did that, and I was really impressed, honestly. Really, really was impressed with that scene.
Yeah, I liked it a
definitely.
lot. It was cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And
And
then
oh
and
no,
another great scene is after this, we because I think it's like about an hour into the movie we meet the Flash.
Mhm.
But in the theatrical we meet him when he's to his dad in prison. But this really great. I love this scene a lot. The only thing I didn't like, very weird song choice in my opinion.
Mhm. Yeah,
What did you guys think about that?
yeah, no, like there are some like weird song choices, but
That's
again,
that's just how Snyder is.
yeah, that's just how Snyder
That's
is.
Yeah,
with
That's
his
how
song
Snyder
choices.
is. It's just weird
like
song
there's
choices.
even a
But again,
weird scene with Aquaman later with music too.
yeah, no,
Yes.
true, true. But no, I did like the introduction for Flash. Definitely better than Justice League. But speaking about introduction, I feel like one major thing we should highlight, which was a huge, huge benefit for Snyder Cut, was just character development for Flash,
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
especially Cyborg. Oh my gosh,
Yo,
Cyborg
they
was
did
the
so
Cyborg
biggest.
so
much
dirty, man.
better character development. Oh my, I cannot tell you guys how happy I was to see him. In all honesty, I was so happy that we got
Completely agree.
more backstory from
And
Cyborg,
his dad
more
too.
exact,
And
and his
his dad.
dad. Because here's what I hated about Justice League, right? Here's what they did with Cyborg. He's like, oh, he's just a cyborg, right? And all of a sudden, oh no, his dad gets kidnapped. Oh, he's saved. He goes home. That's it, right? That's all Cyborg is really
Hmm.
for Justice League. But this one, he is so much more. He has like so much emotion, character
The
development.
tape,
It's
the
crazy.
recording
Exactly.
tape
Yeah, the
was
The
recording. Yep.
tape, oh, that definitely hurt in all honesty. But I really did like it because we got more backstory of Cyborg, and like how he turned into a robot, like how he actually turned into Cyborg.
Yep.
Because I think what happened was we only saw like a little clip of him turning into
hmm
Cyborg, but not
And
really
that was in
more.
Batman vs Superman. That wasn't even in
Yeah,
the
that wasn't
theatrical.
Yeah.
even in Snyder. That was in Batman v Superman. But I like how they went even further than that, like
Yeah.
saying what happened, and it gives even the father more, backstory as well. Like
hmm
he didn't make it to his
Yeah.
son's games because he was busy in the lab, and
hmm
he's a desperate father. We have more of that of emotion, and not just his father is just trying to get his son back to life. It's just so much more detailed, and I really, really did love it, and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I
you say
really,
something?
oh yeah, no, no, no. And I really how they like how they did the tape recorder, because that was definitely huge, especially during his father's death. I feel like that was definitely something so much major, like it adds like more emotion to that, because throughout the movie, Cyborg hated his father, but then like liked him when he saved him, and then all that. And I
Yeah.
thought his death
hmm
had like, I'm sorry.
It definitely had. It definitely had like impact.
Oh yeah, it definitely had
Yeah.
a lot of impact, really, and I truly did love it, and I like how it ended with that tape recorder. I really did like that
Yeah, when
because
you put it back together, yeah, that was really
yeah,
cool.
exactly how he put it back together, and then we got all those, not flashbacks, but like present or like present time with the Flash and
Hmm.
all that, and it was with his father's voiceover rather than Lois Lane, who has done nothing throughout that whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
again,
That's yeah. She didn't have a lot to do. They didn't give her
yes,
a lot to do in this movie.
yeah, no, they didn't have a lot to do, but I bet because both like they Lois didn't have a lot to do, but I'm pretty sure they are setting her up though for sure. They definitely
Well,
hmm
are.
yeah, they definitely had some big plans for her. But before we get to that, Eric, what were your thoughts on Cyborg and all
Yeah,
that?
like just basically all character
Yeah.
development really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think considering how important Cyborg is to the story, because he's like one of the main dudes. I mean, he's
Yeah,
he's
Yeah.
pulling
exactly.
a lot of weight
Hmm.
in the
Definitely.
operation.
Exactly.
So um I think he definitely deserves that more extensive look at him and his
Exactly. No.
backstory with detail. Because I mean, this man's pulling all the strings. He's like hacking into all the crap. He's the only guy who
Hmm.
can like. He's the dude like with the mother box, trying to stop that whole fusion thing.
Exactly, and they made
Yeah.
him so much, more powerful rather than, his
Yeah,
character in
he
Justice.
felt more powerful this
Yeah,
time
more
around.
powerful, definitely. Again,
Hmm.
really, really do love that. I was about to say something, but I can't remember. It was about
Well,
something bad.
remember that great scene where he helped out that uh, single mom. That was an that.
Yeah, yeah, it was really, really,
I
really
Yeah.
love like
touching.
that's just an example. Like
Same.
I cannot believe they cut that because that was
Yeah,
like a great short little scene that they could have left in.
exactly. And and thinking about it, like seeing how much stuff they cut out for Cyborg's, story, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just want to make sure y'all can hear me.
Mhm.
But imagine Ray Fisher, right? During when Justice League came out and just seeing that movie and seeing how much stuff they cut
I know.
his part out. Yo, I feel
He
bad
said
for
all
him.
of his
Exactly.
scenes in Justice were reshoots.
Exactly. And I truly felt bad because these were amazing scenes. I don't
Yeah.
know who
Um.
was a dumb person that decided, oh, let's just cut all these scenes out. I don't know whose stupid decision that was, but
I
it was
know.
ridiculous. It
Very
was really
stupid
And
decision.
ridiculous.
that makes me like also think that Snyder, all the few good parts of the Justice League were made by Snyder.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
the few parts I actually enjoyed, like wow, that's actually pretty cool.
Mhm.
Surprise, surprise, it was made by Snyder, of course.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
there
Like,
was very few by Justice League that I actually like,
yeah.
that I was even okay with because it was really bad. So
Do you
I'm
bleed?
yeah,
Yeah.
oh jeez.
Exactly.
Like
Brunch.
I was very glad that they removed what was that, the Russian family. I
Oh
couldn't care
gosh.
less
Yeah.
about the
Yeah.
Russian family. I was like,
Exactly.
can you
No.
stop cutting away to the Russian family? I don't care about them. Can
Bro,
you
they
please
got
just
Imagine
make
more.
me
instead of
bad?
They got.
imagine
Oh,
instead of including the Russian family, you could have actually had development for Cyborg.
exactly.
Exactly.
No.
They
Just
could have used that
wasted
Exactly.
whole
time and
They
money.
time
the
for that.
Russian family got more backstory than Cyborg did.
Oh my
For
gosh.
real. They
So
actually
bad.
did. They
Honestly,
actually did.
yo, I would be fuming if that was me.
Yo, that is very true. That's very
No,
true.
but one of my actual another favorite moment of mine was
Mhm.
the Flash going back. I truly love
Oh
that.
my God.
That
That
What a
was
was
just
moment.
awesome.
such
How do
an
you cut
amazing.
that out? How do you cut that out?
Exactly. Like, nah. You know what they replaced it with? The Russian family. I'm out of here. Honestly, I'm done with Warner Brothers at this
That
point.
was
It's
really
so
sweet.
stupid.
They said, "What
That was
can we
the best
replace
part
it?"
of the movie, dude.
That
That was
was my
so
favorite
Exactly.
part.
awesome.
And they replaced it with a Russian family that no one cares about.
I
It's
know.
so cool seeing him run away from time itself. Like literally time is right on
Exactly.
his
It was
heels,
Bro,
so
man.
cool how it
it
was
was.
rebuilding behind him. That was sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I liked how he was like going like towards Superman, and like his whole body was just rebuilding, especially with Cyborg.
Yep.
I loved that so much. It was amazing. Oh my
That
gosh.
was so epic. And then when he like touched Cyborg, and then
Hmm.
Cyborg
Yeah.
went into the vision and he saw his family. But then I love the moment when Cyborg was like, "I'm not alone," because he really did develop all this relationship with his team, you know.
Exactly. Hmm.
And
Uh,
then
Yeah, no.
they break it apart, and oh man, that
Yeah,
was a
no.
epic, man, so epic.
But what did we get in Justice League? Yo, Superman, I just need help getting rid of these box. Don't worry, they're harmless.
Oh
Unbelievable.
my god, that
Unbelievable,
was
yo. I,
terrible.
I I truly do feel bad for Ray Fisher. He definitely got,
Oh yeah,
yeesh.
no, he
I'm glad his scenes were finally shown.
no, it was
Speak.
not just
definitely.
him though. It was like everyone. In all honesty, it was
Yeah.
definitely everyone for sure. Cause
Yeah.
one of my other favorite scenes I'm actually going to talk about, because it's actually weird, because it was actually the post credit scene, but with Lex Luthor and Deathstroke. And even
Yeah.
though it's like
Hmm.
both the same, I like how different it was though. Cause in all honesty, after rewatching Justice League, right, I'm just a bit, disappointed on that, And then when Lex
Mhm.
Luthor is saying, "Oh, let's make a league of our own," I'm like, I could care less. I don't want another Justice League. I don't want another movie. I could care less, right? But
Yeah.
when we get this amazing Zack Snyder cut, right? And then Lex Luthor's like, "Yo, Batman's name is Bruce Wayne." I was so hyped for the Ben Affleck Batman movie. Now I'm like, "Yo, I want
Yeah.
this movie to happen now." Like, what the heck, I was more hyped when he said that. It's crazy.
No, definitely,
Because
definitely.
I remember like after Justice League, and then I think it was during that time, it was announced that Ben Affleck would get his own Batman movie. I'm pretty sure,
Mhm.
right? I was like, yeah, I'm not hyped for this because again, I feel like Justice League ruined really everyone's expectations for upcoming solo movies from Justice League. Really, like no one was
Yeah,
really hyped for it. But when you see Zack Snyder cut, you're just so happy to see what else Zack had in store. Really, and it's
it's a
crazy.
shame that
Mhm,
I mean, even if they continue with, even just a Justice League 2 and 3,
mhm.
like it's not like we're gonna get another Batman with Ben Affleck. Like I don't think all of that's gonna happen. It's
Nah,
just a shame. It's a
yeah,
shame.
nah. Again, I feel like if anything, the only way it would happen is if Zack Snyder were to direct it. I feel like Ben Affleck would 100% do it, unless if Ben Affleck directs it, do his own thing.
Right.
Because we
I mean,
saw
Ben
like
Affleck did come back for the scenes at the end too.
exactly because he knew that Zack Snyder's cut, did serve justice really for everyone. He knew that
Definitely.
so much. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
he would agree for his vision. 100%.
And speaking of that scene that Ben Affleck came back for, I mean, what a scene. We're
Yeah.
in the
Mhm.
nightmare. We're in the nightmare timeline. We see this ragtag team. We have Mara, we have Deathstroke, the Flash, Cyborg, Batman, and Jared Leto's Joker is
Yeah.
back. So,
And I mean, I don't know if you want to recap it or not, but
well, I just wanted to. I mean, I
yep.
think everyone knows the scene. I just wanted to
Yeah.
ask, and I'll pose this question to Eric first.
Mhm.
Did this redeem Jared Leto's Joker for you?
Okay, so let
It
me
did not
make
for
something.
me.
That is what I was gonna say. So I don't know. I didn't know your guys' take on this, but it don't feel right. It doesn't feel right. His
No.
laughs, I'm just like, what the? It sounds like a high school kid trying to impersonate Joker. It sounds like me trying to impersonate Joker.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm just like, okay. I feel like the whole nightmare thing at the end, right? It just
Yeah.
felt. I think it felt too long. It felt really dragged. I think it would have had more impact if it was a bit more brief. I mean
Right.
that whole conversation with Batman and Joker, it was fine. But then again, the unsettling weirdness of Leto's Joker that doesn't sit right with me. Just I don't know. I feel
Yeah.
like if it was because I feel like they're putting a lot of time. They put a lot of time into this. Like how long was this? Was this segment like what? 10 minutes? 15 minutes? Maybe what was it?
Yeah.
Nah, that it
Not
was like
not
no, it
15
wasn't
minutes.
that long.
Maybe
It
like
was like
5 to 10. 5 to 10.
yeah, it was
Five
I'd
to
like
say.
ten,
five.
right?
It was like
Yep.
5 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was thinking like, are they actually going to? They're putting a lot of time into this. Are they actually going to do something with this, or are they not? Because what we're hearing now with we're not going to continue off of Snyder's cut and all that
Right.
stuff, you know. So I don't know. I mean,
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you listen to Zack Snyder, basically said that he wanted to include this scene because just in case that doesn't continue, he wanted to have a real scene with Ben Affleck and Jared Leto's Joker together because we never really had that. In
Mhm.
Suicide Squad, it
mhm.
was very brief. So I get his reasoning behind it, and I actually was a big fan of the scene. I liked a lot of it because
Mhm.
Mhm.
most of the Batman and Joker scenes we have is we're the same. That and they just kind of talk about
Yeah.
the Joker's. I mean, and the Dark Knight's a great example. The Dark Knight is an amazing movie. I love it. And that movie has a lot of that. So I'm glad that Zach went in a different direction, and he kind of brings up that Joker killed a Robin, and it's just I
Mhm.
thought scripting wise it was great. I just think some of like Jared Leto was definitely better in this than he was in Suicide Squad. I just think
Yeah.
sometimes it's a little like awkward. Like remember when he was like my little fish stick? Like it was just
Yeah.
weird. Like lines like that. I'm kind of like,
It was kind of forced in some areas.
yeah, exactly. Um, and then after that we have the scene where he
Oh,
wakes up, and then we see Martian Manhunter.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
and
But
Martian
I
Manhunter
actually,
was.
but before we
No,
get
go
into
ahead.
that,
Go
I
ahead.
actually want to talk about John Phoenix because I actually kind of disagree with that just a bit. And I'll just explain my reason why. I feel like he was somewhat redeemed, I will say, because again, I feel like Suicide Squad really ruined his reputation as Joker. Because
Yeah.
what you're really seeing from him is a Suicide Joker. Again, he looks different, and again, I like his new design better than Suicide Squad Joker. But with the laugh and all that, you're still seeing that little Suicide Joker in him.
Yeah,
And I feel like if Suicide Squad didn't happen and we just saw him, he would just be like an all right Joker.
yeah,
So again, and I truly love the scene between Batman and Joker because again we never really had that, so it was a really great interaction. And I truly personally love it. But I feel like he was definitely somewhat redeemed because I'll be honest with you, I was like all right with his Joker saying that if the Snyderverse were to continue, I would be all right with him.
Oh yeah,
But
no, he was
again,
definitely Zack Snyder knows how to use the Joker. That's for sure.
yeah, exactly. I like with this, Jared Leto did show that if Zack Snyder were to continue, I'd be fine with him being the Joker. As long as Zack Snyder were to direct it. But I will say his laugh is a bit awkward, though. I do agree with that. His laugh is a bit awkward because again, it reminds you of Suicide Squad Joker. You know.
Yeah,
But overall, I think he was again somewhat redeemed. So I will say that he was just
he
somewhat
did.
redeemed, not like
I mean,
100% fully, but just somewhat.
visually, I think so.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
no,
Physically,
visually for
definitely.
sure.
he doesn't
For
look
sure.
like a cartel.
Yeah, no,
member
exactly.
anymore.
Yeah, I don't know what was with that. I don't know what they were trying to do with him.
Yeah, someone asked Zack Snyder. They said, "Where did the tattoos go?" He said, "I don't know."
Nah, they're gone. They're gone,
He
buddy. They're
just knows it
gone.
wasn't a good look.
Like, don't
Yeah.
worry, guys. In the reboot with James Gunn, there is no tattoos.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. But yeah, so then after this, we get that Martian Manhunter scene, and he is in the movie earlier as well.
Um,
I got to tell you, I'm not a big fan of the design. I did not like it at all.
hmm
It looked very odd. Like, and it wasn't even the CG. It's just like I don't like how they made him have like the lines on the face. Like they have Martian Manhunter in the Supergirl show, and he looks so much better in that than he did in
Oh,
Snyder Cut.
I wonder.
I agree.
Now, I was actually about to ask. Do you know if that was the same actor for Supergirl, or was this a different one?
No, no, no. It's a different. It's
Okay, okay.
remember in the earlier in the movie when he transformed back
Yeah,
into
no.
like
Like for me, I couldn't tell because again, I was like so tired. I'm not gonna lie. Like
yeah,
I watched it super late after work, and I was just exhausted, right? So I
yeah,
could barely tell anything.
yeah. No, it's the actor that played the general in Man of Steel. So it's revealed that he is Martian Manhunter. Creates a bit
Ah,
of a
okay.
plot hole because like why wouldn't he have
What have
come
you been doing
around
this
when
whole
like
time?
yeah,
Yeah.
like when Zod invaded. So someone asked that to Zack Snyder, and I gotta be honest, you could just tell because this was a fan theory, and I think he just liked the fan theory and tried to put it in. Because
Mhm.
they asked him, and he was like, "Well, this time, if he really felt like there was danger," I'm like, "Come on, man."
Sure.
He should have came out when Doomsday was there.
Hmm.
True. No, he was too
Uh,
busy helping Supergirl, man.
Yeah, right. But yeah,
Exactly.
I mean, what did you guys? I mean, oh, and you could tell that the scene was shot recently because Ben Affleck looked a little like not as muscular. He looked a little skinnier.
Yo, my
Um,
dude, damn.
no. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
because
no,
in
I gotcha.
the like when he played Batman, like you could tell how much he bulked up. I
Yeah.
mean, and it's like anyone, like even Christian Bale, he was so big, and then as soon as you're done playing it, like all these guys that play the superheroes, then you kind of have to settle back down because that's a lot of
Yeah.
muscle to hold on you at all times.
Yeah.
Um,
Let the
Yeah.
steroids wear off.
yeah, right.
Damn.
Um, but yeah, so what did you guys like think of? Because remember earlier in the movie when he comes to there was a great scene between Martha and Lois, but then when
Mhm.
it was revealed that it was Martian Manhunter, kind of like
Yeah.
undercut the scene. Like,
Yeah. Cause it's a bit weird, right? Cause it's like he also knows, like during the scene with Aunt May and Lois, I want to say the fake. Oh,
oh
I
man,
said Aunt
this
May.
dude
I
is
said Aunt May.
stuttering.
I'm in Martha. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm in Martha. I'm in Martha, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
geez.
So Max,
Oh
don't
my
cancel me,
god.
please, 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 please. I beg of
Yeah,
you.
right.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, but no. But when Martha, the fake Martha, and Lois were, talking, it's obvious that it's like Martian Manhunter knew that Lois is important somehow. So it really,
Hmm.
again, that's a bit of a plot hole, but again, it probably would have been explained in Zack's future films. Because it's like, how are
Yeah.
they knowing that she's important somehow? Like, how are
And
they?
it's not even that. Like I was like, it just felt like so nice that Martha reached out to Lois, but like she
Yeah,
really didn't. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
it's
exactly.
kind of sad.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh,
That's why to
geez.
me it feels like it was an afterthought. Like they had that
Yeah.
scene, and then he was like, you know what? I'm gonna make this look because he's in a hallway, no one else is there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Let's make a Martian Manhunter. Screw it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no.
It
I feel
really
like
just felt like a
I feel like either one or the other had to. No, I feel like at the end he should have just showed up. Instead of
I agree.
it should have actually just been
Yeah.
Martha.
Because even in the context of the movie, it felt like a really weird. Like you have this great scene, then you see Martian Manhunter. Then like, okay, then why doesn't he show up for the final battle? Like this dude still isn't around.
For real.
Yeah. And also, I wanted to ask you guys, what do you guys think of Superman's new design? What do you guys think about
Oh
that?
yeah, I love the black suit. It's amazing.
It's cool.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah,
It's
I liked it a lot. I thought it looked great, and that wasn't when they were filming it. They were filming it with a blue suit, so all of that,
Yeah.
the black and silver they did in post, I think it looks great.
Yeah, no, for
It
sure.
looks cool.
And
It
he's
really
way
does.
better in this too. Like I like his entrance when he's like, "I'm not impressed." That was
The
cool.
CGI mustache.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank God
it
that's
was
not
gone.
It's
It was
not
gone, my
there.
dude. It was gone.
there.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no,
And
definitely.
then that whole final battle was just so
Yeah.
much better.
Exactly. No, I really did highlight they cut his head off. I really
Yeah.
liked that. My favorite part was when
Yeah.
she cut his head off. The head just goes to a dark side, and then he just stomps on it. I love
Yeah,
that
that
so
was
much.
awesome.
I was
Mhm.
like, "Yo, this is sick."
Yeah, that was.
No.
And then because Superman like chopped half of his horn off, that was crazy too. I was like,
Yeah.
"Yo, bro, this is nuts."
Exactly. Mm.
Yeah, so that was definitely awesome. And then yeah, and I liked oh yeah, that's another thing. I really liked how the movie was split up into parts too, because it almost felt like a TV show. Like there's a little cliffhanger, like, oh, I gotta watch the next one.
Yeah.
Like I like that.
And I do
I
think
think
that.
it made the
Go.
4 hours a lot easier to watch too.
Yeah, no, exactly. Because let's just say that, oh no, you can't really watch all the 4 hours, at once. Then you could just be like, oh, I'll just stop at part 4 and continue the rest
Exactly.
later on. And again, I do like that. I like how it's not like episodic, because then all of a sudden it would just feel too short, right? To do
Yeah.
each of the 8 episodes, right? It would just feel
Yeah,
too
if this
short.
was released as a series, it would have been kind of disappointing because you have
Yeah,
to like
exactly.
it would just wouldn't have worked as well.
Yeah. So I'm actually glad they just added the parts in this 4 hours. That way you could just pause, take your break or whatever, and then you could just resume. It's just simple as
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
And then you could just go back to any scene you want really after it, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Was it just
that's
me?
why I like
Was it
it
just
too.
me, or did it feel shorter to you?
What do you mean?
It did not feel like 4 hours to me at all.
Yeah, no, it
No.
didn't feel 4 hours. No, it didn't feel 4 hours. So, in all honesty, when I was done and when I looked at my phone, I was surprised how much time, was taken up. It really was.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. It did not feel 4 hours.
I will
100%.
say I watched it twice the first time. It really didn't feel like 4 hours. When you do watch it a second time, there are certain times when you're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, like
Mhm.
but still, even then, it doesn't feel that long.
Yeah, no, because I feel like there's just so much to, impact or, to
Yep.
like get on. Like it really just makes the time fly by fast because you're trying to like embrace all this stuff happening.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah, I feel like that's definitely what made the time like feel not as long really. Because
Yeah.
in all honesty, what makes something feel long is when you're bored, right? Because like, hey, my during my shift, at my job, whenever we're slow, I'm just bored, and the time feels so long, right? But
Yeah.
whenever I'm like doing something, the time just flies so by fast, and I feel like it's kind of somewhat similar to this movie where you're really enjoying it, you're just enjoying every moment of it, and it's not like boring at all. So it's just kind of in some way making it not seem that long.
Yeah, definitely. No, I totally agree. And I
Yeah.
think the chapters help because then you're like, it ends and you're like, oh man, I can't wait to see what happened next. Like, I think it was just a really genius idea to have those.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I think for me, I'm pretty sure I've hit everything. So do you guys have any last minute thoughts?
Do you have any like things that you didn't like at all, or?
Oh yeah. Well, I kind of mentioned that Lois scene was great with Martha, but then the Martian Manhunter reveal kind of undercut it.
Yeah, like that just took me by surprise. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, and then the only other thing is some of like the Flash's dialogue. He can be a little annoying sometimes. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, Flash was. I'll be honest. He was just a bit weird to me. He was just
Yeah.
a kind of like weird guy, like
He
Cyborg.
kind of
However,
didn't feel like he fit into this universe in a way.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. He was just more like. I don't want to be weird about him, but more like a crybaby. Exactly.
But you know what is great about it? He does have an arc because he kind of does.
Yeah,
start
no,
out
he does.
Where it's like,
He
but then
does.
at the end, he literally saves the day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
which was
Well, he
awesome.
was injured too, which makes me think like how did that random dude on the laser like hit him? Like he hit him perfectly, like
Mm-hmm.
MLG.
They're aliens. They're
Like
aliens.
he
They have great
sniped
sight.
him.
Yo, Eric, this isn't
Wow.
Star Wars. This isn't Stormtroopers, man. No, this is DC. They're not gonna
Yeah, they
miss.
got they got
Yeah, they
sharpshooters
have
in
great
DC.
aim, dude.
Exactly. Nah, man.
Exactly.
Exactly,
Yeah,
man.
I
No,
mean,
these
and,
aren't
and
Star
another
Wars.
kind of there's another plot hole, which is like, you know how they didn't want to invade Earth because of Superman.
Yeah.
I mean, there was like thousands of years without a Superman. Like
Well,
they couldn't
Mhm.
contain it.
again, it was later explained that they had that huge battle, but they won.
Yeah, but I'm
So.
saying, but you have that big battle, right?
Mhm.
That I think they said it was like 5,000 years ago. So say they have that battle. Darkseid waits a couple thousand years and goes, you know what? I'm going back there. Like
Yeah.
I don't know why he just
I think he was
kind of like
scared because
killed.
maybe it was
Yeah.
like he was trying to wait out for the gods to die or something. He
Yeah.
thought maybe the
Exactly.
gods
Yeah,
are
that's
alive.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Exactly. Because these were
Well, you
not
know what?
normal
Yeah, that
people. These
fixes
were
the plot
gods.
hole.
These were gods. They weren't just normal people who just survived for like 100 years max. It's just actual gods that lived for like thousands of years.
Yeah. No,
So
that
again, I
that
feel.
that fixes the plot hole. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like that's definitely
Yeah.
why.
And yeah, I gotta be honest. I really liked so much of the movie.
Oh yeah, no, like again, like there's just so much to like in this movie with only like little problems, right? But again, like
Mhm.
there's just so much good stuff that it takes away from those problems, really, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah. So I think for me that's everything. So let's go to Eric first. Eric, do you have any last minute things you like to
oh
say?
actually I do want to discuss this huge topic real quick. Just so
Oh
I
yeah,
kind
go.
of wrap things up really. Because I feel like this is an interesting topic to talk about. And because it might have been on Twitter or something like that, but someone posted saying like, should directors right have more control over it, like do
Oh
whatever they
yeah,
want, right?
yeah.
So
I
what are your
mean,
guys'
it's
thoughts on that?
yeah. Well, here's the thing.
Mm,
Should they? Absolutely. Will they? I still don't. I still think the answer is no, simply because these blockbuster movies has so much money behind them
mm-hmm,
that these people that put their money up, kind of rightfully so. Look, they want to know where their money's going. If it's
mm-hmm,
not going into something good, because here's the thing: if you look at it from the studio's perspective,
mm-hmm,
Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman weren't received greatly by critics, right? So if you're
Mhm.
looking at it from their perspective, and then, like, here's the thing that they didn't realize. I think Zack Snyder learned so much from those two movies, and he went, okay, you know what? I'm going to show everybody that I can make a movie that fans and critics love. And I think
mm-hmm,
that's what he was doing with Justice League, and he did do that with Justice League.
mm-hmm.
But their problem was they should have just let him see his vision out, but instead they got scared. They said, oh my God, we got to stop.
Because
And
I think like Batman v Superman scared them. Not gonna lie. Because I
no,
think
it
what happened.
definitely did.
Because if we were to look at that time period, like Batman v Superman wasn't doing as well as I think they were hoping for. But
They
but
wanted a
then
billion for it, and it didn't make a
yeah,
billion.
no, but then they're having Marvel that's competing, saying, "Yo, guys, guess what? We're gonna have Infinity War at the time, part one and part two, right?" At the
Yep.
time, they were like Marvel was just releasing all of this, so I feel like they were like rushing, because they were scared that Marvel's gonna beat us,
Yeah.
And
No,
again, I feel
I
like
agree.
yeah, no, but when
Mhm.
it comes to should directors have full control, in my personal opinion, yes and no, and here's why. So I say yes because again, they have a vision, they know where it's going, right? And like kind of like with Zack Snyder, right? So like he had a
Yeah.
plan from like a Man of Steel. He knew where he wanted to go, and again, like while probably some parts of it were not great from Man of Steel and Justice League. I mean, not Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. It was served well in Justice League. Really, really served well.
Yeah.
And because
Definitely.
he had a vision. He had a direction where to go, right? But it's
Mhm.
where you're gonna make a trilogy, right? So let's just take a side and say we're gonna make a trilogy with three different directors, right? And they get to do whatever they want, right?
Star
With
Wars.
no plan at all. It's just gonna be a mess, really. Because
Yep.
think about Star
Yep.
Wars. Ryan got to do
Exactly.
whatever he wanted, right? But didn't have a plan to go forward with. Like there was just no
Yep.
plan at all.
Mhm.
So it really does depend on do they actually have a plan or are they just in the middle of this sequel.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he had a 5 movie plan too. He had
Mhm.
Justice League 2 and 3 were going to factor in. And there's actually
Exactly.
there's a thing in this movie. I don't know if you guys noticed it. Remember the scene where Batman says, like, I bought the bank? You remember that, right?
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah, I still
So,
love that scene. Not gonna lie.
yes. So Lois is carrying like a little baby, like a baby kind of cradle type thing.
Yep.
And the Justice League, they replaced it with just a box.
Yep.
Earlier in the movie, we see that she had like pregnancy tests in the drawer, right?
Yep.
And then if you notice, Batman, when him and Superman are walking away, he says, "Congratulations." So clearly they're setting up that Lois and Superman have a son
Super
or
Bowl.
have a kid. And you guys remember in that nightmare vision when Superman was holding that dead corpse, and Darkseid put his hand on Superman's shoulder? Well, you can clearly
Um,
tell, man, there was so much more planned, and it really makes you
Exactly.
think they should have just let this guy make his next two movies, man.
Exactly. No, and I agree. Again, I don't know why they would leave that out for Justice League. Again, I truly don't know why they leave out so much good parts in it.
Yeah,
But again, it definitely does set it up. Like those little details are really going to set up what's to come.
yeah,
yeah.
and the reason I said son is because
Mhm.
Zack Snyder said that at the end of Justice League 3, basically Batman was going to sacrifice himself to save everyone and bring Superman back, and then Lois and Superman's son was going to become the new Batman. That's
Yeah.
what he said,
Mm.
which is it's very interesting. It's he you could just tell, man, like you said, Kyler, he had a
Mhm.
grand vision for this that
Yep.
unfortunately they cut short. I mean, hopefully
Yep.
they let him make at least another Justice League, but I mean, it really would have to be Justice League 2 and 3.
Yeah. Mhm.
Um,
And
that news that we
again,
got
I feel like
today,
because again, you have to actually think like if this Justice League were to happen, all the actors would have to be on board, and I feel like the only way they would be on board is if Zack Snyder has full control over this. And
yeah,
again, as he should, because this is his vision. He knows where it's gonna go. So again,
definitely.
like they're in their contract, it's gonna say Warner Brothers cannot be involved. That's what their
Yeah.
contract
Yo,
is gonna say. Warner Brothers can't be involved.
seriously,
For real.
Josh,
yeah,
Josh cannot be the new director.
Yeah.
yo, for real.
Yeah, no.
Um, so yeah, Eric, what do you think about all that?
So I think that this movie, the Snyder Cut,
Mhm.
I think is very important in movie history. I think,
Yeah,
and
one hundred
Oh,
here's why:
percent,
definitely.
100%.
because with this new storm of
Yep.
streaming services, right? I mean, we've been completely engulfed with streaming services left and right: Paramount
Oh
Plus,
yeah,
HBO
no.
Max, Netflix, Hulu,
Chill,
Yeah, and
man.
Amazon Prime, Disney
exactly
Plus.
no, because I was actually talking with this one of my friends. Is that before this pandemic, it was like, yo, do you think streaming services is gonna take over movie theaters? And people were like, yo, they might have some competition, but I think movie theaters are gonna stay for a while. But because of this pandemic, streaming services just taking over. It's
Yeah,
Yeah,
ridiculous. It's like streaming is just a new thing now.
yeah. So
Mm.
basically, what I think these streaming services, or at least what HBO Max has done,
Yep.
is it's really, and what the Snyder Cut has done is that it has encouraged filmmakers to make what they want. I think still there's going to be
hmm
still some regulation. There's still going to be
Yeah.
green lighting, and there's still got to be some bit of filtering, a bit of monitoring, right? But I think with these streaming services, filmmakers can be encouraged to make what they want,
Yeah.
right? So this whole thing with the 4:3 aspect ratio and the
yeah,
4 hour long longevity of the film, I mean, that's something that would be absurd, right, for the
Yep.
theaters. And I think there's a lot of limitations put on filmmakers because they have to make something that is kind of compatible with movie theaters. So if you make a
yep,
really long movie like that, when Endgame came out, it's 3 hours long. That was long, right? There
Yep.
weren't as
yeah,
many time slots
Yeah,
for
no,
yep,
people to
because
watch it
even
because it was long.
yeah, no, because even the actor says that during the huge battle there were supposed to be some airship scenes, and that
Yeah,
was
hmm
obviously cut
and they
out
still had to cut stuff
because
exactly.
out.
theoretically, like for theaters they have to kind of make it short for the audience to see, because like companies just like Disney and all that are saying no, no, this got to be a bit shorter.
And
Yeah,
especially
so
if you do
so
3 hours, you can only have so many
yeah,
showings a
so
day.
imagine
Yeah.
4 hours. Imagine 4 hours. That's even less time for
Yeah.
people to see, and then that hurts the theaters, right? And
Yeah.
also the 4x3, right?
Mm.
That also is like contradicts the norm of movie theaters. But now
Yeah.
we're not.
Mhm.
We are right before our eyes. We are stepping away from movie theaters, and now we're into streaming services.
Yeah.
And this, I think, really encourages a lot of people to make what they want. So we'll see
Exactly.
how this goes. I think this is a very important film in
Yeah, no,
movie
I
history, I
think,
believe.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
Zack Snyder cut will definitely go down in history for sure. Because I don't think no other, director or movie company has ever done this. The closest thing we got is just deleted scenes and director's commentary. That's it. But no one has really released a full
Yeah.
director's cut of the full movie.
That
And
and especially that is this different too.
yeah, it's like because it's never done before, and I do think we're gonna be getting more very on. Maybe Disney is gonna be like, "Yo, let's just show more scenes from Endgame." Probably something like that.
Mhm.
Like it could happen. Like due to the popularity. A Zack Snyder got. Maybe Disney might do something similar.
I mean, that's definitely a really exciting possibility for sure.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited to see that would happen. I would be very
But
excited.
yeah, so I think we're pretty good, right, guys?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I basically said everything.
Awesome. Well then, if Eric, if you want to take us out.
Oh, right before that, what do
Yeah.
you guys would like to rate that out of 10?
Oh yeah, of
Ooh,
course.
rating. So, okay. So, as a director's cut, as it is, just to see all the footage and all that, and how it really does redeem Justice League from what we actually got. For me, it has to be between a 9 or a 10 out of 10. In all honesty, I just
Mhm.
again, while it did
Ooh.
have some problems, there was just so many amazing moments. And again, I will 100% be honest. If this movie was to be released theater, right? Like we never had Justice League, we actually had this. Obviously, stuff would be cut, and I would be saying something different. I probably would be saying like a 7 or 8 out of 10. But because we have
Yeah.
everything, right? Because we have like more story, more detail, and all that really, and it is serving as a director's cut, 100% a 9 or a 10 out of 10 because it really does serve justice. Like this director's cut does serve justice for every single actor that was on this movie, for sure.
Yeah. I think I'm not even gonna judge it in comparison to the other Justice League. I'm just gonna
Yep.
judge it,
Mm.
as its own thing.
Mm.
I think there are some amazing highs in the movie. There aren't many lows. I don't have a lot of
Yeah.
problems with the
Yeah,
movie.
no. It's just like minor, problems. Just minor, not
Exactly.
major.
I'm thinking like
Yeah,
I
it's
wouldn't
hard.
go
It's
10.
hard.
I wouldn't go 10. I don't think it's a
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
Yeah.
a 10. I would go
I would
like an
definitely
8
go
or
9
9. I
though.
really
Yeah.
would. I
I
think
would
I would
definitely
go with 8 or a 9 for me.
maybe 8.5, but
Yeah.
definitely no lower than an 8, I would say, because again, this is a director's cut. This is from a director's point of view.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
So,
Yeah.
Eric, what do you think?
I definitely think, yeah, it's not a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10
Yeah.
are movies that there's very few that I rate 10 out of 10. Dark Knight's a 10 out of 10.
Legendary.
Freaking,
Infinity
um,
War. Infinity War. Come on.
oh, I love Infinity War.
Yeah.
Yeah, that probably is up there too. If I
Yeah.
think,
It's not a
I'm
10
not
out of
sure though.
10,
Hey,
dude.
hey, hey, don't you dare. Don't you
It's
dare.
not a 10 out of 10,
Hey,
dude.
no, yes it is.
I
Yes it
think
is.
I
Shut up.
think The Incredibles is a 10 out of 10. That's one of my favorite animated movies. And
I
The
I
Good, the
agree.
Bad, and the
no,
Ugly is a
man,
10 out of 10.
Wally is, man. Come on.
I haven't watched that in a while. I need to rewatch that.
Yeah, no, watch
But
it too.
Ratatouille is also freaking amazing as well. But
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
It is.
but
Yeah.
those are the caliber of movies. Like those are,
Yeah.
9. I don't think I would give it a 9 either. Maybe
Maybe
in
like an
between
8
an
or
8 or a 9 as
8.5.
well.
So like an 8
Because
or
there's
8.5.
still, I think, because here's the thing. 9 is like extremely, like, almost
Close
as
to
perfect.
perfect.
It is like
It's
essentially
basically saying a
perfect
10.
for me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm.
10 is on a whole nother league. It is a godly, it is a holy
Mm-hmm.
tier. And I think 9 is just short of that. I don't
Yeah.
think it's because I would put as 9s. I would put Infinity War as 9. I would be putting 1917 as 9, The Irishman. I really love those movies. Those are 9s.
Yeah.
But I think I still don't think it's on that type of level, but I still really enjoyed it. So I'm going to say an 8 for me.
Yeah, so I feel like we can all give it like a solid 8 or 8.5.
Yeah.
You know, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, so that'll be our overall rating, really.
Yes, sir.
Definitely, yeah. All right,
Yeah,
I think that's
Great job,
that sounds
Zack.
good.
Snyder, not you, Zack, but other Zack.
Oh,
Yeah.
great job, Zack.
Zack
Seriously,
Snyder.
seriously. Thank you, Zack Snyder. You made it.
What are you talking about? This is Zack Snyder. What are you talking about? Zack Snyder's right here in this podcast.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty good, Eric, if you want to take us out.
Yep. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to this. How long is this? I don't know how long.
Probably an hour longer, probably.
Yeah, long.
Maybe. Yeah, it's been a while.
Definitely.
So thank you guys for sticking with us. And let us know in the comments if you're watching. What do you guys think about the Snyder Cut? Tell us your 1 through 10 rating.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And we'll definitely see you all in Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stay tuned for that. We're going to be talking about that. We like that. That's good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Already got some good stuff to talk about.
Yep.
Definitely.
So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
How many demons he's fought and how many hells. He's never fought us. Got us united.